What's up, guys? This is Anime King David here with another video. This is basically an analysis video. I heard a lot of you was talking about how Saint Seiya is either comparable to Dragon Ball Z or beyond it. Now, I'm not going to go as far to say that they're beyond this tier of Dragon Ball, but I am going to get into a lot of different things about it. I definitely did see some of you guys online, and you guys bring up a very strong point about Saint Seiya. And Saint Seiya to me is not as overpowered, I'd say, as some of you all believe him to. I believe him to be. Now, as we all know, Saint Seiya's their energy is the cosmos. Basically, the cosmos is the fire. Basically, I'd say a portion of the universe which is in every human being's body, and all of them are part of the universe. So basically, a portion of the universe it's put within somebody, and when that cosmos is burned within a body, a new power is unleashed, and when the cosmos is being put into, I say the Earth, a new body, I say is created with that cosmic energy, and everyone has that inside of them. Even a normal human has that. Now these guys are chosen by the goddess Athena to serve her, and they are her servant. They are her chosen humans. So basically, they have the durability in order to bring out their true cosmic abilities. So it's like in Dragon Ball Z, everybody has ki, but no one knows how to, bring it out to full potential. Now, I would have to say Saint Seiya at the absolute peak would actually beat Dragon Ball Z. The Dragon Ball Z cast is, would have a very easy time against, I would have to say, early mid Saint Seiya characters, because a few certain moves that have few to no, I'm sorry about that, basically as long as they're bloodlusted, because a few characters, have certain moves that no one in Dragon Ball Z could survive. A lot of them have, their speeds, range from Mach 1 to Mach 5. Basically, suddenly everybody, will be fighting moves on the average of the speed of light. In this new series of Saint Seiya Soul of Gold, people, this is the story of the Golden Saints and how they can go at the speed of light. For instance, we see one of the saints using their lightning plasma, and that attack can punch 100 million times in every second, and that's like speed that's comparable to the Flash himself. If you ask me, they could use some. I would have to say exotic attacks. Such as turning off all of your senses, sending your soul to hell, trapping you in a different dimension. But if you look at your average bronze saint, their cloth, their armors can endure up to 150 degrees Celsius. Silver saints, which are Mach 2 to 5, which their cloths can withstand up to 200, and golden saints, which fight at the speed of light, which their gold cloths can only freeze at absolute zero, and attacks vary per saint, with some of them, with some having special abilities, Perseus Agos, Medusa's shield can turn everyone who he looked at into stone, and Phoenix Icky's cloth, which and really him as well were immortal, returning even from automatization. And sorry, but give me 1 minute. As I said, attacks do vary by saint. With having special abilities, as well, and Andromeda's Shun's nebula chains, could travel countless light years to strike his foe. So basically, that's actually faster than light. If you can go, instant in the go of that, a lot of people say that Saint Seiya is only speed of light, but the Golden Saints are the 12 cloths, which are basically from all 88 cloths of the servants of Athena. Those are the 12 highest, and they're able to, I think they're Mach 7, and they're basically able to access the speed of light casually. It doesn't mean that's their limit. And they can, go different light years without even, having the trouble with it. And, the Golden Saints also had potent abilities, with Eris Mew being able to block moves with his crystal wall, or teleport enemies with Starlight Extinction. Taurus, Aldebaran's Great Horn, which is basically is drawn like it's like a samurai sword, so fast that it seems like has his hands crossed around the entire time. Gemini Saga could use another dimension to send his foes off to another dimension, or control his foes with the general Myoken, or do damage to the galaxy in explosion, which is said to destroy stars and planets of the Milky Way, which automatize Phonics Icky. So basically, yes, he does have the power to destroy planets casually with his ability. With the Cancer Death Mask can send your soul straight to the Ancients of Hell, or Aliola, as I said before, being able to throw millions of punches in a second with his lightning plasma, which because it appears as a net of light to those who can fight at that kind of speed. Um, Virgo Shaka is basically like a Buddha. He can send souls to six realms, a reincarnation of his Bikudu Reni. Um, different multiple techniques that these guys can use, and the ability of these guys actually having the power to destroy universes. Now, as we saw in some, now I don't have the time to get all in this, so I'm just going to compare this to Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z has a lot of feats, including Cell claiming that he does have the power to destroy the entire solar system. And if we go to the actual part where we see Cell about to use his Kamehameha, we see that he does say he's about to destroy the entire solar system, but does he actually mean that, or is he actually just bluffing about it? As we saw also Majin Buu, he was able, as said by Vegito, he was able to send every dimension in creation into disarray and almost basically destroy all of these the entire universe with basically as a chain reaction to his power. And these guys, even in the Saint Seiya Soul of Gold manga, but basically the Saint Seiya manga, where basically we see the Golden Saints when they said that it's possible to reproduce the rays of the sun by gathering the might of the saints. And each cloth is stored in the fraction of the solar rays. The 12 gold cloths on the path of the sun have basically been bathed in the sun's rays since the ancient days. And what does that have to do? They're basically trying to break the Wailing Wall. And the Wailing Wall is more of like a dimension, more of like an entire universe altogether, which they're trying to destroy and basically break down the wall. And this is basically set off the story of the ancient Greek gods, Athena, Kronos, Uranus, even Gaia herself they mention in these comics. And they mention how Uranus was a sky tyrant and had, accepted no gods but himself. And Gaia wanted to take revenge on him, and how he was a member of the Titans. They explain the cosmos, the expansion of the universe with the Big Bang. Even attacks. These things, these abilities of the Saints vary from here to Leo being hurt by a single punch to the head by possessed Lethos, which basically was too weak to become a saint, or in the early stages, a 300-meter drop would literally be fatal for a saint. And and it continues and says only them is allowed to wear the gold, gold no cloths, which are under the protection of the zodiac signs and the golden path. They explain how divine power basically is not like destroying, like you guys think, destroying universes and this and that and the other, infinite power, but more of like comparing to natural disasters. So if these guys are able to destroy planets and solar systems, I would definitely give them that. But they seem to have trouble actually destroying galaxies, and they said they're universal. The power of which the universe collapses entire galaxies. These fights would take place instead of the when these fights take place in space instead of the Earth. A lot of, and I do believe that basically all these guys do have the power to instantly destroy planets or galaxies if they choose to, but what they're able to do, because it was also said that Seiya has the power of an entire galaxy explosion, a galaxian explosion, but it's basically condensed into one small particle within his body. So basically, they do have the power to actually destroy galaxies, but at this point they are all condensed. So basically, they're able to well control their powers and not destroy planet after planet like these guys casually do in Dragon Ball Z. It's not just because they don't show the feats that doesn't mean that they can't do it. Um, the best destructive feat that we've seen from Golden Saints is Saga destroying a small island, and not by just one shot. He created a process which made the entire island fall apart. And the Golden Saints, which are higher tier of the Saint Seiya universe, some people may think are comparable to even Naruto. Um, but the point is, they actually move at the speed of light. We have never seen Luffy or Naruto move at these kind of speeds. So to actually compare Saint Seiya to Luffy or Naruto would definitely be outrageous. Overall, we'll have to say the top tiers in Saint Seiya should be around Dragon Ball Z level, and that's because that's basically thanks to to hacks. Keep in mind that compared to the Dragon Ball Z universe, they totally lack physical and destructive feats. Even Naruto would have better destructive feats than Saint Seiya. Only Saint Seiya has good hacks. Also Apollo didn't recreate the universe. That is one of the biggest lies told in Saint Seiya so far. Is basically responsible for the hype. Apollo actually appeared in movie 5, Heaven Overture, and Apollo creating the universe and quote wasn't shown or stated or indicated by any means. So basically, the creation of the universe, or actually a saint actually having the power to create, is very much of a myth. And their powers be able to destroy the entire universe. Now, as we all know, the stories of the ancient Greek gods basically only took place on the earth. Their lives only took place on the earth. It doesn't mean that they are not celestial beings. Basically, they take after the instant story of the Greek goddesses and gods of the ancient times. And these guys, yes, are very much able to destroy the entire universe, but we don't know whether or not the Saints are or not. We do know, and I do know for sure, that these guys are between solar system and galaxy busting levels. Now, from Beerus, to be exact, from Dragon Ball Z, he was said to be a galaxy level at best. So I would have to say these guys would definitely, and the Golden Saints especially, would definitely be able to have abilities to either par or surpass Beerus for the stronger Saints. And for the actual gods of this series, I would have to say yes, they would stomp all of the Dragon Ball Z universe. So Saint Seiya is not as strong as some people overrated, I would have to say, to be. Dragon Ball Z is a very overpowered anime. Do not get me wrong with it. I can actually argue that Saint Seiya characters are pretty much overhyped, but that's basically the same with Dragon Ball, only to a extreme level. I've seen so many people that claim that Saint Seiya can destroy universes with one punch or over a billion times faster than light, which never shown or never provided scans of anything like that. But they are able to go light years, in a few seconds, which when actually in a few minutes shown by the manga, which would say that I would say there'll be light years is going at the speed of light for years. So basically, going at the speed of light, going at light years, and you basically decrease that by the amount of time that they actually takes for these guys to get from one part of where they intend to travel to another. I would say that they are millions of, no, not millions, maybe hundreds of thousands of times the speed of light at very best. Just like Son Goku, I would have to say he's not billions of times faster than light. He would be flirting with a million times, but not yet that fast. So Dragon Ball Z and Saint Seiya are the most over fucking hyped animes of all time, I would have to say myself. But I would just have to say that yes, we have seen that we have seen the goddess Athena actually destroy the entire universe in one of the comics. And we say whenever Golden Saint's true Cosmo reveals, says that the technique of capable of destroying the stars of a galaxy, and the Golden No Saints who have gained the power to destroy galaxies. So yes, and many times in Saint Seiya that it has the power to destroy galaxies. Even some saints, by using the full power of the cosmos, have actually equivalated to the power of the sun itself, which that cosmic energy itself literally does have the power to destroy galaxies at at best, in my opinion. But let me know in the comments what you think about this. Thanks for watching. My name is the Anime King David. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later.